When you see no movement in the 3D when manifesting, it can be super annoying. And that is what I want to talk about in this video. Because regardless of what you are manifesting, you are definitely dealing with some sort of a 3D situation. The lack of your desire or some undesired situation regarding your desire. And I am well aware that not everyone is having it hard because of the 3D and not everyone is making a big deal about it, but for some people it can be quite challenging to deal with the current 3D circumstances while manifesting a different outcome. And yes, we all have heard that circumstances don't matter, etc., etc. But in this video, I want to focus on reassuring you so that you know that you are doing everything right. And if you are not, we are also going to correct it in the same video. So stay tuned. If you have any doubt or any sort of issue regarding your current 3D circumstances, regarding your manifestation. And welcome to my channel. My name is Anna and I'm a manifestation coach. On this channel, I teach the law of assumption as taught by Neville Goddard, while I'm also keeping it simple and practical so that you can take it and apply it to your own manifestations right away. If that's what you are looking for, you are definitely in the right place. So please subscribe and stay for more. And if you happen to need more personalized guidance with your manifestations, please feel free to book a coaching session with me from the description box below. I have the link there always. I will be happy to help you with any of your manifestations. And let's talk about the 3D circumstances. So when it comes to the 3D, sometimes people focus on signs, synchronicities, birds before lands, or movement, or the actual manifestation. And sometimes when none of it happens, it can drive you crazy if no movement is happening in the 3D, which it shouldn't, because we should be focusing on the desired end goal instead of the current 3D reality. But nonetheless, we live in a 3D reality, we exist in it, so we are dealing with it somehow. I want to quickly mention signs and those synchronicities, birds before lands, whatever you call it. I have been through periods of each of these situations, problems, maybe I would call it. The problem I have with signs is that, yes, they are very fun to get, but if you get too fixated on getting signs, like, I saw his name somewhere, I saw his car, I saw something related to her, or I am manifesting money and all of a sudden I see dollar signs everywhere. That's one. Or the angel numbers. Oh my goodness, that's another one that happens a lot. The problem I have with that is that, yes, it's sort of fun, but my advice is don't get too fixated on it, because what ends up happening when you fixate on signs is that you simply start manifesting signs. And that can be frustrating because all of a sudden now you are fixated on this sign, that sign, the name, the car, the dollar sign, whatever it is, and you just start manifesting those. And it can feel like then your manifestation should be coming, like, unless you literally assume that assumptions manifest. But in my experience, and all experiences are different, don't take this as a rule, I am just giving you ideas. In a lot of my both personal and experience with clients, people fixate on these signs and they just manifest signs. And it delays the manifestation itself, because now all your focus is on seeing their name somewhere, seeing their car somewhere, if you're manifesting an SP, and not really focusing on your actual desire. So signs are not something that I take seriously, and I have had periods like that where I would fixate on signs. Oh, this is so much fun, and I would notice that that's sort of messing with my manifestation because my focus was on the wrong things. The thing with movement is sort of the same, but it's more towards your manifestation. So if it's something that has something to do specifically with your manifestation, like let's say, for example, a very easy example is you're manifesting an SP, you're not talking, there's no contact at all, but you are manifesting a committed relationship, just an example. And all of a sudden the person starts talking to you and they're very nice, very kind, very flirty, etc. That's going towards your manifestation. It doesn't have to happen like this. Now, these aren't rules. Again, it doesn't have to happen like this. Anything can happen overnight. Just keep that in mind. But if this is what happens, I still want you to not fixate on the movement itself. It's very nice that your SP is talking to you all of a sudden if there was no contact and communication is going great. Focus on that and manifest more of that if you want to. But don't forget your end goal. Sometimes when this happens is that people forget their end goal. And the problem with that is that manifestation starts moving, stopping, or going back and forth. And something happens in the 3D. Now you're panicking. Now it's really back and forth, hot and cold. I have had situations like this where I would affirm and I would see movement, and as soon as I would see movement, the laziness would take over and I would be like, oh yeah, this is working, so no need to continue. And manifestation, that same manifestation would literally stop. And then I would notice that it stopped and affirm again, and then it would move. And then the same thing happened a few times until I got sick of myself and I just kept affirming until it stuck. The reason why you want to do this is because until that new thought has become an assumption, the old assumption is going to take over. The reason you are creating this new assumption is to override the assumption about the situation that's already there. Because what is already there, it's on autopilot. You don't work with that. It just manifests. So what we are doing when we are doing manifestation techniques, such as affirmations, it's to create new beliefs and assumptions that replace what is already there that we're not liking. That's why we are manifesting something different. So stick with your manifestation techniques until it's solid, until you feel like it's already yours, or you see evidence in the 3D that confirms that it's done. It happens, everyone's experience is different, but this is sort of how it goes. I have been coaching clients for several years. I have had, I don't remember how many clients, several hundreds, if not thousands. And these are patterns that I have seen over and over and over. Even though the assumptions are different, the problems that people have are different, the way it goes, like our minds work the same. So that's why. Now the main problem with the 3D, when it's not moving. First of all, I want to say that you have to do the work. Sometimes the problem with the 3D is that people are fixated on the 3D and you're not even noticing that you're doing it because it's everywhere all the time. You're so used to it and you're so used to complaining about it and feeling bad about it that you're not even aware that you're doing it. And the way you become aware is literally by starting to do your manifestation work, your mental work. And when you start doing it, you become more and more aware of what is going on in your head. But with this one, I have to say that, personal example again, and I can say the same thing about several coaching clients that I have had who have manifested their desire, is that sometimes manifestations happen without any movement in the 3D at all. And this is the main point that I want to drive home with this video. You don't need signs and you don't need movement even in the 3D for your manifestation to come. Of course, it's nice when there is movement, Don't get too fixated on that, even when it's positive, because if it's not your end goal, you're not done. You're done only when your end goal has happened the way you want to, you're satisfied, you're happy with the results, and you decide that you're done, then you're done. But if you're doing the work, you're honest with yourself, you know that you're doing the work, and you're not all in the 3D with your head, you're not super annoyed all the time, and yes, well, sometimes we can notice that it's really not here yet, but it doesn't matter because it's mine, because it has happened, etc. Your manifestation could come literally any second after a period of no movement whatsoever. And I might have mentioned this in another video, but I was once manifesting several things at once. It was, when was it? In a few years ago, 2021, I think. And I was manifesting big things that I was considering big at the time, and they are today too. Huge things, several at a time, and nothing was happening, like nothing, for several months. It was driving me crazy to the point that I would get mad at the 3D, and I would wish that something negative would happen, that it would go backwards, just so I could see that something was happening with all the work that I was doing. I kid you not, I got absolutely no movement, no sign of anything happening at all, not the slightest, until things started manifesting so quickly, one after another, that I got everything manifested all at once, and things happened so naturally, so effortlessly from the moment when it got going, that I had a period of several months of absolutely nothing happening to boom, everything all at once manifested. So this is to say that just because you don't see movement doesn't mean anything. If you are doing the work, that is the most important thing. If you are doing the work, it is going to manifest. It's inevitable. Your reality has to reflect your own consciousness, the contents of your own mind. So keep doing the work. And I want to share a trick that I use myself whenever I get into this habit of noticing the 3D not moving. I literally affirm, I see movement in the 3D. This has already happened in the 3D. I just literally saw it. It's here, it's right here, it's in front of me, it's happening in front of me, even though it's not. It doesn't matter if you do this, you do it with conviction. Like, of course, it has already happened. SP and I are already in contact. They're texting me, we're talking right now. I am on the phone with SP right now, or I'm having this amount of money right now. It's coming in, it's flowing in, I see it. I see it in the 3D, it's right in front of me. You will notice very quickly how your inner state changes, because your mind is acting according to what you tell it, because it doesn't know what's true or not true in front of you. It only knows what you tell it. You could literally look at a 3D that sucks completely, and you tell yourself that, oh, this is so wonderful, so beautiful. You are going to feel like it. That's the state that is going to manifest the equivalent of it in the 3D. So use this affirmation. I see movement in the 3D. I literally see movement in the 3D. Of course I do. It's right in front of me right now. It sounds completely delusional, but I promise you it's not. It works. And most importantly, it gets your mind off of what you don't like in your current 3D reality. So once again, just to say that just because nothing is happening in front of you doesn't mean nothing is actually happening. Your manifestation could literally come any moment. So if you need a personalized guidance with your manifestations, please feel free to book a coaching session with me from the link in the description box below. Have a beautiful day and see you in the next video.